Hey, Mark. Mark, I forgot to get my headphones out of my car. Will you go get them for me? I already started the live.
Is it unlocked?
Here it is, and it's across the street. I hope they're in my purse in there. I think it's in the floorboard. Okay, today I am going to show you how to use, I do have these on my website. This is fast cast resin, and it sets up in 10 minutes. And I have a smaller box or have these bigger ones. If you're gonna do it a lot, get this one. I do wear gloves with this. And let me show you my favorite. I got these at Hobby Lobby. The silicone ones, I really like them because you can reuse them, and it's super satisfying when they're hard to kind of pull out the, like, see, they just pull out and they get clean. But you will get a couple of these kind of cups. You can use these again, or, you know, you can throw them away. But so they do come with some cups. Another thing I use, popsicle stick to stir it. And I do use them over and over. I'm going to try something this time because sometimes you need a pointy one, a pointy something to get them down into the really fine part. So I'm going to try this toothpick. Okay. Let me show you what a improperly, okay, do you see this? Let me get that light on this a little bit better. Can you see that? It's like really bubbled up. What happened with this one, I stirred it too vigorously, and then it made these funky bubbles. Can you still use it? Yes, and it kind of looks like one of those seedy pumpkins. So, and then you can paint them. I really do like these. You can heat them in the microwave or take a heat gun and still get some bend to them if you need to around a project. Were they in there, my headphones? Okay. Because when I'm setting down low, they're not even in there. Thank you though. Darn. Okay. I hope you can hear me while I'm, because I forgot my headphones and sometimes when I'm down in it. But what we're going to do is the very important part of this is part A and part B need to be not microscopically perfect, but if you have an ounce of this, you need an ounce of this. You got to get them pretty accurate or it will not set up. And then you're going to have a mess in your mold. If you do ever get a mess in your mold for whatever reason, you can let the mold be in the freezer for at least 30 minutes and then you may be able to pop it out. You can use hot glue in these molds. You can use a caulking that is not silicone based. You can put these molds in the oven up to 425 if you want to. For sugar arts, they say to keep one for crafts, one for sugar arts. Am I going to do that? No. But, you know, the products may have chemicals in them that would transfer to the food. So I'm not going to say you should do that, but I don't do sugar arts. So anyway, so there you go with that. So what we're going to do, I do like, this has a little point and you can kind of squish it to pour. The sisters have started on the newer ones. Let me see. Let me see if it shows it. Yeah, they do have your measurements on for each mold. The one thing I wish they'd have done was totaled the whole thing and put that down here so you could figure that up and write it with permanent marker on the back of this if you want. You know, I usually this is one thing I learned by mistake. I wasted a bunch of product because I thought, let's get this done. So I filled one up to here and it starts curing so fast that you waste half of your product because it sets up in there. So do smaller batches. I don't do anything over 100 milliliters. So you can add that or just go by sight and have another mold ready in case you have overflow so you don't. So it is time consistent with this. They do make a 24-hour resin that stinks, and who wants to wait 24 hours? So let's get started. So this is 10 minutes. I love it. I will go back and watch my live later and answer any of your questions. I have a link in the description box to one of the molds that you can go on my website and buy the fast cast resin and the molds. Sometimes I take a permanent marker and because of eyesight stuff, you can kind of, put your marks out here with a marker, like, especially on like these, because you can't hardly see it. So I just kind of mark, let me see. See, I'm having a hard time without my glasses. 20 and 40. So that I can do my A and my B. Okay, let's just start with that. You do want your molds on a flat surface or they will be uneven on the back. And you don't want to over pour or it's harder to glue down to your project. You want a flat back. It's okay if you over pour. I mean, it'll be harder to glue down to your project, but it's okay. Another thing I do, I didn't have enough, but because it's resin, I went ahead and poured it in and then I'll just pour over it and it'll be fine. I found I can usually use the same container to mix in at least 2 times. I don't know if I've ever done it 3 times. We might try it today. Before you need to switch containers. I don't know if it might make the next batch not set up as correct since, it's previously used, but I know I've gotten away with it 2 times for sure. Let's try for a third with the same vessel. this big boy is, I should have my glasses over here. I really need to see, I don't have my glasses, but I really need to see how much, because that's a big one. I'm gonna pour it. I'm gonna have to open up the new one because I'm done with that one. My price of the box of smaller resin is the same as Hobby Lobby, so if you want to get it from me, that's great. If you don't, I understand. I'm not shaking too vigorously, but I'm doing a little bit. I gotta get some scissors to cut the tip of that off. Oh, here's some right here. Oops. If you know of a mold that I might have and you want to buy some castings, I will make one. I need to put them on my website, but message me, because if there's a certain mold that's retired and I have it, I will send you, you know, a whole set of them, and you don't have to buy the mold, and then you can have some retired ones. So okay, I'm gonna go bigger on this one. Go. Oh, okay. I guess to get started, you got to do this. Dang, I was so excited. I'm gonna get that big old pumpkin. I'm ready to get him going. See how it's turned white? That means it's, I mean, it might still be hot, but it should be ready. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 ounces and 2 ounces on this one. We're gonna go bigger. Where's my ounces? So I'm gonna have to pour fast on this one. This one doesn't have a pour spout on it, and I really do like having the pour spouts. And this one isn't silicone either, so it's a little bit stiffer. And so, oh, I better hurry. I better hurry. I'm fixing to take some out. Let me pour one more and then I'll take some out and show you how easy it is. I do think the second pour in the cup makes it set up faster, so you got to work faster with your second pouring in your measuring cup. Oops. We're getting close here. Last one. Okay. Let's see what we got here. They still feel warm. Okay, while I pop these out, I'm going to put this down a little bit. This is so satisfying. Okay, still kind of warm, but it'll work. So see, until it hardens, I've still got a little bit of, you know, and I kind of would like to cut that out. I like to slip that onto stuff, like you can cut that out. So when you over pour, I want to show you one, because before it hardens completely, you definitely want to break those pieces off and lay it flat so it can dry. Now, this one isn't, I got to be careful with these antlers because it's not completely dry yet. Oh man, I think I'll let him dry a little bit more because I don't want to break those off. Okay, we're gonna let him dry just a smidge more. Let's see if we got one over here we can pull out. Oh, he needed a little bit more love in his product there, so I'll just pour a little bit more over that. That one's still drying. Oops. Oh, guys, I'm making a mess over here. Look what I did. Okay. Yeah, let that completely dry. Okay, let's see if this one's ready. Oh, it's still really hot. Okay. So you can see they need to go a little bit longer, and it's kind of cold here, so look at that. Okay, let me show you the difference between, this is where I stirred it too vigorously. Is it still gonna work? Yes, it is, but you know. So you have some time to, you know, kind of if you wanted that curled or something when you glue it on. But I really like to, I love to use these. I like the air dry clay because it looks a little more vintagey and cracky and stuff. Okay, right here, like, see, that's a little imperfection. Pull it off before it gets too hard because it's really hard if you don't. Okay. Okay, he wasn't quite dry yet either. Okay, so like right here is a little bit of an over pour, so let's get that off before it dries, or it's really hard. Look at that. Look at the gorgeousness of this. This one is the Hello Pumpkin. You know, the seasonal ones, they don't restock those, so, but I still have a bunch of these, I think. And this one is the newer one. I don't know if I have as many of this. It's the Autumn Cottage. It's got a smaller pumpkin. It's got some wheat and some beautiful leaves. Let me show you what that one looks like. Hang on. This is called Moody Fall. I don't really love my paint job on here, but anyway, look at these beautiful leaves and so see. And this looks bad, but here's the snowflakes. This looks so bad I can't show you all of it. But there's the snowflakes. Okay, so let's see, is there any more I can pop out? Man, I want to pop this little guy out. He is so, he's one of my favorite ones. This is invitation only. Look at these guys. These are so fun to make magnets for your ice box. You could make some of these and put them on your gift tag, so it'd be an extra little gift tag. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. All right. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He is gorgeous. Isn't he cute? I just love this. Okay. Trying to do some seasonal looking ones because we're having a workshop. And this one again, I don't know if I have any more of these, but they may still be out there. This one is called Jingle. It was from, I think, last year's winter release. I don't think he's going to be dry enough. But there's a right and a left one, so you could put these together and put a string in it and make an ornament. Okay, I'm going to let him dry some more. Again, it's not quite drying. It's been past 10 minutes, but the weather here is humid, so it takes a little longer, but look at that. This is the newer release. These are really cute to take and stack them on top of each other. You know, you could do one of those pumpkin stacks. Look at that. Look how fun that is. Don't be afraid. I had resin for a year before I did it because I was so scared to do, I didn't want to do it because I'd never done it. Even though I had watched so many videos, I just was scared to do it. So guys, just get in there and do it. It is so satisfying. I like air dry clay and resin both for different reasons, different times. So beautiful leaves. Okay, I want to show you how you need to pull this over pour off. See the over pour? Do it before it dries or you will be sad. And this is like fresh enough, I can even cut it. But once that thing hardens all the way up, it ain't coming off without a fight. It's super fun. But since this is kind of little, I'm cutting it while I can. I don't want to pull his whole thing off. But if you ever needed to make your composition right, just cut that. You don't have to have that limb on there. That little wheat. Oh, so good. Oops, wait, here's the. It's so fun to pick that off. Okay. And then let's pop some of these out. Look at that. Look at that snowflake. Look how beautiful. And again, this was like last year's release. I may have one. I don't know. You can look on my website. This is the one I touched before it was dry. Oops. I like to use hot glue for my resin castings unless it's going outside. But the reason I like it is if it's like not perfectly flat, the hot glue will fill in those grooves and make it attach good. Where if you didn't pour it enough, a glue will not make it attach to your piece. So I like hot glue with my resin. But you can use either. You can use whatever will work for you. Look at these. Look at these little guys. See how they're still kind of pliable? And I didn't use any cornstarch in this. I'm not going to clean these up. They're just fine and ready to go for your next adventure. Look at that, look. So I could put it around a jar because it's still kind of, you know, flexible. And let it dry flat. Okay. I love this one. This one is called, what is this one? Oh, they started putting the name on here. Victorian. Oh, so good. Look at the little bows and the tassels. Look, we can take our little apothecary stamps and put a letter or something in there. Again, with the gift tag. If you wanted to poke a hole in this while it was still, you know, still pliable, you can. Do it with the air dry clay. Okay, let's pop this out and I'm going to end this live. I'll go show you some of the castings at the very end that I have ready to go that I can mail out. I just haven't put them on my website. But any of my molds you see on my website, I can make you some castings and then you do not have to buy the mold. And some of them are retired and they're out of stock. So, oh, his poor little feet. Okay, there we go. Look how good this is. Oh, he is so good. I have put him, I painted in bright gold and put a stick in him or a wire when you're, you know, doing it. And, cause you know, while he's down here, you can put a wire or a string. And then I stick him for a, I call it plant jewelry in my winter plant. And that looks really cute. Oh, look at this. Oh, he's so good. Guys, this is so relaxing. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut that. Well, let me just do it because by the time we get off this live, it'll be, because these are pretty intricate and I don't want to pull the antler off. But he'll just look like more in nature, you know, like he got in a fight for his girl and he lost an antler. So I went ahead and used one that I accidentally plucked his antler off, or you could recast the antler and splice it in. I mean, don't they do that? They fight for their girls and then they lock horns and I don't know. I'm not a nature girl, but or a deer person. I will say that air dry clay, you definitely want cornstarch in this one because these are hard to get out of there without. Look at that. Isn't he cute? Okay, one more and then we will go show you the castings I have made already. Need to put on my website. Look at that. Okay, so let me show you what you can do. See? You can make him fatter and cute on both sides. Okay? Or you can have them, you know, you can make a heart. So many good things. Okay, let me take this off. Show you my castings. Oh, I want to make some of these. I'm going to pour some more when I get off of here. But I just thought I'd show you how easy it is to use the casting. Let me show you the size I have. Oh, thank you for watching, the few that are watching. I have this size. See, I have this size. I don't even know if I have this on my website, but I have these on my website, $25. And so it's a little bit smaller, but it's so easy and you got everything you need, okay? Look what I did with this rustic bench. I made it look less 2x4-y, okay? Let me go to show you. Okay, I have some Dawn. The light's over here, terrible, terrible, I tell you. Okay, so see, I've got, this one is the Monarch, so it's a bunch of butterflies. This one is, which one is it? Oh, I didn't name it. Oh, okay, this one is, I don't know which one this is. This is Anicus, it's like one of my favorite ones. So it's a whole mold. I think they're $12. I have it listed a different price here, but, and they ship really well. Mushrooms, so if you didn't want to buy the mushroom stamp, but you wanted a little bit of the mushrooms in there. I mean, I can make any of them you want. Anicus, because I love that one. I just kept making it. Okay, look at this Juliet. Look at that one. Oh, so good. So see how I made some up? I just never put them on my website. But guys, I'm a stockist. I have so many molds, okay? So many molds. So that is all I got for you today. I don't know how to play. Oh, here, let me flip this around. So you should just get in there and go with your resin port and let me know if I can help you out in any way. And please like, comment, and share if you like this content. I'm gonna try to go live once a week. It's supposed to be on Tuesdays. It hadn't happened regularly yet, but I've been going live once a week. And I release a new video every Friday, but I was in a collaboration. So we did, so I released it Wednesday. So if you go back and look at my last video, it was Flippin' Frenzy. It was it's 5 upcycled thrift store decors is the title. And then you can look in the description for the playlist. Oh, please watch the other ones. It was supposed to be holiday Flipping Frenzy. Guess out of 22 people who didn't do holiday. I got the memo 2 months ago, and then when I finally filmed it, totally never thought about it again. Never, not one holiday theme in there. Of course, I had to be the oddball, but it's good. I haven't got to watch them all yet because I had an event last night. You guys got to watch them. It's really good stuff. Lots of inspiration, lots of tips and tricks. And anyway, so that was my Friday video. So I will see you with a new video next week and a live on Tuesday. So thanks for watching. I don't know how to do that. Oh, here it is. Okay.